Crevillent dresses up for the fiesta at the beginning of autumn. The entrances, the ambassadors, simulated combat make up the bulk of their festival of Moors and Christians. Declared destination of touristic interest in 2017, the Fiesta attracts more and more visitors each year. They are fiestas that serve as a bond, as a union between people who strive to improve this historical commemoration year after year. The massive participation of women, its historical roots, and the peaceful solution to the confrontation between cultures and religions demonstrate its singularity within a festival grounded throughout the province of Alicante. Alicante, from fiesta to fiesta. Crevillent is located in the Baix Vinalopó region of Alicante, at the foot of the Serra Crevillent mountain range. It is the gateway to the Great Plain of the Vega Baja del Segura and the border between the Valencian and Castilian languages. Crevillent's evolution has run alongside its economic development, based mainly on the weaving industry and the manufacture of carpets. This high-quality product has earned international fame thanks to the ingenuity and industry of its enterprising people. Every October, Crevillent transforms itself in order to celebrate its Fiesta of Moors and Christians, dedicated to its patron, Saint Francis of Assisi. The first celebrants paraded through the streets of Crevillent in 1965. The entrance of the Moors and the Christians aroused the enthusiasm of a town that would take no time in actively participating in the fiesta. That year, the arquebuses also fired their first kilos of gunpowder. After the heat of the summer, the city begins to prepare itself for the presentation of the publicity poster and the timetable for the celebrations. One of the most solemn preliminary ceremonies is the proclamation of the representatives. The captains, Moor and Christian, who will skillfully direct the armies of the Half Moon and the Cross, respectively. And, above all, 12 beautiful women, 6 Moors and 6 Christians, sultans and princesses, who will shine their light upon the days of festival, and who are presented before their people. From the balcony of the town hall, the mayor announces the fiesta.
Sent les mateixes festes d'anys anteriors, hi ha una cosa que hem lluitat durament durant 4 anys, com en una guerra, en moltes batalles, en guerrilles, amb avanços i retrocessos. És una cosa que ens fa diferents i millors respecte a la majoria de les festes de moros i cristians. I és que aquestes són les primeres festes que celebrem en la Declaració d'Interès Turístic Internacional.
The fiesta is emotion, and it is future. The children, the Moor and the Christian infants, show their festive spirit from an early age in the prologue to the main event. It is the beginning of the fiesta. The entrance parades constitute one of the fundamental pillars of the Fiesta of the Moors and the Christians. In both, the massive female presence stands out. In the first entrance, the 6 Christian troops parade in their finest costumes, moving in time to the music. The magnificence of the parades is marked by the beats of their musical rhythms, the enthusiasm of the participants, and the splendor of their queens. The pageantry, designed especially for the occasion, shines above all. The dances, rehearsed and perfected previously at the different schools in the locality, are a delight for the spectators, and their eloquence and showy costumes transport the audience to another time, to another era. The male and female warriors enthusiastically accompany their queens and the Christian captain in a majestic entrance. The following day, the Moorish parade reawakens the admiration of the thousands of Crevillentinos and of the visitors who do not miss any detail of the choreography of the male and female squads. The 6 troops of the Moorish side particularly excel in this event. The majesty of the pageantry that accompanies the captaincy bestows a halo of sensuality and mystery typical of the lands of the East. The makeup and hairstyles, especially the female ones, apart from competing with each other, dazzle the public as the troops move slowly along the route. The massive proliferation of female squads clearly reflects the equal integration of women into the Moors and the Christians of Crevillent. The ambassadors are another symbol of the fiestas of the Moors and Christians in Crevillent. Its unique quality is determined by its historical roots and the peaceful solution to the conflict, without winners or losers. El Llibre dels Fates, or the Chronicle of Jaime I, makes reference to the dominion of Crevillent, which had certain independence, first within the protectorate of the Castilian kingdom of Murcia, and later under the crown of Aragon.
¡Ay, moros temerarios, osados y atrevidos! Rebeldes, orgullosos, falaces e insumisos.
Jamás nos intimidarán palabras altaneras, y las vuestras tomamos como agravio e ofensa.
El poder de mi Dios ayuda a los cristianos que ganan poco a poco los regnos de Al-Ándalus.
La gran fuerza de Alá robustece los brazos que anidan duros pechos de nuestros fieles maometanos.
Divided into two parts, it shows the reflections of King Jaime I the Conqueror on how to avoid an open war between the Moors of Crevillent and the Castilian troops, led by an arrogant ambassador who, in the name of the King of Castile, demands an unconditional surrender.
Que repetir el pacto fecho non ha menester.
¡Guerra a los moros con braveza y valor!
¡Guerra contra el cristiano con denuedo y vigor!
¡Alarma castellano! ¡A luchar! ¡A vencer!
¡Crevillentinos todos! ¡A vencer! ¡A morir!
The mission of Rais, Lord of Crevillent, by the Castilian ambassador, ends with the kidnapping of Rais himself and the subsequent declaration of war by the Moorish ambassador from the top of the fortress.
A Crevillent volvamos con la firme actitud de iniciar nueva lucha con toda prontitud. Por ansí hacerlo con tesón e virtud, lancemos una salva por nuestro Reichsmanhood.
In the second part, the mission to the King Don Jaime by the ambassador and the Moorish captain of Crevillent takes place.
La sangre, tanto mora como cristiana, se derramaba por todo el paisaje crevillentino. Era necesario acabar con tanto horror. El embajador moro, con su alcalde a la cabeza de las tropas sarracenas, dirigía sus pasos hacia Orihuela, ciudad que albergaba el campamento del rey aragonés Jaime I.
The Aragonese monarch is encamped in the nearby lands of Orihuela to quell some Muslim revolts in the Kingdom of Murcia.
I com segueix el Rais? Per ara continua presoner de Castilla, sense poder alliberar-lo de cap manera. I per això roguem a don Jaume Promesa d'ajudar-nos quan puga a resoldre el problema.
Si el rei considerara vostre projecte vàlid, què estaríeu dispostos a concedir-li a canvi?
La total submissió i vassallatge ràpid del Rais i de l'aljama del Crevillent islàmic.
Senyor rei d'Aragó, oït el testimoni, coneixent el pareixer demandes i propòsits, i sabent els desitjos que acaben d'exposar, quin és el veredicte a dictamen reial.
Així es passa tot, és nostra voluntat.
The mediation and negotiation with King Jaime will facilitate the liberation of Raiz, Lord of Crevillent, by Castile in exchange for Muslim vassalage to the Valencian king. And so the skirmishes end.
Veïns de Crevillent, per fi hem lograt que nostre Raiz Ben Hud recobre la llibertat, gràcies a l'ajuda del gran rei d'Aragó, a qui hem fet vassallatge, rendint-li submissió. Ell manà un lloctinent...
This pact of coexistence in 1265 is an example of the use of dialogue and diplomacy to resolve conflicts peacefully.
En nom del rei Jaume I es concedís el castell.
Crevillent per Aragó! Visca el rei Don Jaume!
Demostrem l'alegria disparant nostres armes!
In the two ambassadors and the simulated combats, the thunderous shots of the arquebuses do not have the meaning of a struggle between the sides, but represent a symbol of celebration and of coexistence between peoples and cultures. Gunpowder, music, color, fire, diversity, indisputable and essential elements of a fiesta which takes place close to the Mediterranean. The last day is dedicated to paying homage to the patron, Saint Francis of Assisi. All the women participants collaborate in a cheerful and colorful floral offering. And afterwards, they participate in the Mass of Festera Cantada. Crevillent feels a special devotion to music, which is evident in its excellent choirs and vocalists, who can be heard in innumerable performances and celebrations. The traditional procession parades solemnly through the streets of the center of the town. The participants, with their captains and queens, wear their best costumes. Thus, they pay homage to their patron in front of all of the neighbors, in front of the whole town of Crevillent. The vocalists sing the anthem of the fiesta with emotion, a song of the unity and the passion of an entire town. cycle full of culture and art, of joy and tradition. An explosion of gunpowder, light, color, and music illuminates the sky and closes the festive cycle. A new journey begins. Illusion, emotion, and feeling await the next Moors and Christians.